Hi everyone, welcome to Food Culture Curious. My name is Areli. On today's episode, we talk about barbecues and how they have been the unexpected opportunity to learn about different food cultures and to share a little bit of my own. Enjoy! Hi everyone, welcome to Food Culture Curious. My name is Areli. I am your host. I am a registered dietitian on a mission to help healthcare practitioners become more culturally competent with their nutrition recommendations. So on today's episode, I wanted to talk about barbecues, and they are not always what you think. And I wanted to give 3 examples of when this actually happened to me in the best way, because I got to both share my culture and learn about other people's food cultures. So the first time was when I was living in North Carolina. My now husband and I were invited to a barbecue. And we, of course, immediately thought it was going to be a barbecue as we know a barbecue is, which is fajitas, rice and beans, chicken, ribs. And so we did what we always do when we have a barbecue, which is go to the Mexican meat market. And we brought meat and tortillas. And we show up and everyone has hot dogs and hamburgers. And that was the first time it even crossed my mind that what we consider a barbecue is not what other people consider a barbecue. And fortunately, our friends, are very open-minded about food, and they really liked what we brought. And everybody had a great time. And then another example of a barbecue that wasn't what I expected was when I moved back to Houston. I was working at a pharmacy at the time, and our team decided we were going to have a barbecue in the park. So, of course, I brought things to make quesadillas. I brought queso asadero and I brought tortillas, fully expecting a Mexican barbecue for some reason, and I show up. Once again, it's hot dogs and hamburgers. But you know what? Everyone was so excited about the quesadillas. And they asked me all these questions like, what kind of cheese is that? Where can you find that kind of cheese? How do you make this? Like, wow, this is so delicious. I've never had anything like it. Which, to me was, of course, very surprising because I have quesadillas all the time. They're such an easy thing to make. But because they were from different cultures, like they had not been exposed to these types of ingredients. So I was more than happy to share with them a little bit of my culture. And then the last example I have for you was recently we went to a barbecue, and our friends are of both Mexican and Filipino heritage. And when we showed up there, yes, they had the, hot dogs and hamburgers, but they also had Filipino barbecue. They had lumpia, which is their version of spring rolls or egg rolls. And they also had pork meat on skewers. And I was talking to one of the people there who was Filipino, and he was telling me, whenever I think of barbecue, this is what I'm imagining, which is the meat on the skewers, right? Like that's what barbecue is to them. And if you know me, I'm a super huge fan of Filipino food. So that was a very happy surprise for me that they had that. But once again, this is an example of how barbecues are such a great opportunity to get to know other food cultures, to share your own food culture. So my challenge for you this week is to try a different type of barbecue than you're used to. If you've never tried Korean barbecue, you've never tried Filipino barbecue, and you're lucky enough to live in a city where you can find these kinds of cuisines, go out and give it a chance. And I know I did not even touch, Texas barbecue, which is its own amazing thing. But if you try out a barbecue this weekend, with it being, Father's Day weekend in the summer and barbecues happening everywhere, take a picture, tag me. I started an Instagram account for this podcast, so you can tag me at Food Culture Curious. You can also find me at Latina Kidney Dietitian. And if you're a dietitian and you want to join our Facebook group, it's also called Food Culture Curious Dietitians. So that's it for me this week. I'm super excited to be setting up interviews for future podcasts so we can talk about different food cultures. But today I just wanted to have a short, fun episode about barbecues. So I'll see y'all next time. And finally, a quick disclaimer. Food Culture Curious is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am a registered dietitian, but I am not your registered dietitian. If you have any healthcare concerns, please speak to a doctor. Thank you for listening.